Hey everybody, I'm RC32012 and today I'm going to be talking about my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 MQ-27 Dragonfire drone that came with the Care Package edition. Today I'm going to be comparing it to a real drone just to give you an idea of what you're getting if you decide to go get this. Now I know this video is way too late. Black Ops 2 came out, I don't really know how many years it came out ago. It came out a while back. So this is definitely late in the game making this video. But my buddy AK Slasher, he's been asking about this thing. I showed him a picture of it. So I thought I'd do this video for him and anybody else who doesn't really know anything about this. So today in this video basically I'm just going to compare this to a real drone. Let you know how it is. So let's begin. It is basically a model. As you can see, it comes with its own stand right here. It's got a little machine gun, and the platform is movable. You can bend it around and do whatever position you want. You can have it flying up or down or side to side, whatever you want to do. Its construction is styrofoam, so it's a little squishy. And being styrofoam, it is very lightweight in the air. It is very easy for the wind to knock this thing around when you're trying to fly. So it is not heavy plastic that keeps its position in the wind very well. I mean, this thing will blow around in the lightest of wind. It has two LEDs. Let me take it off the stand here. The power switch is right here, along with the charging port right there. I'll flip it on right quick. It's got a green LED in the front and a red in the back, and when it is charging, the front green LED will be red. And there's two ways to charge this thing. It comes with a stock USB charger, but you can also charge it off of the remote controller, which is lackluster. This is the remote for it. It's pretty nice. I mean, it looks slick as well as looks. It's nice. It says Call of Duty Black Ops 2 right here. It's good solid construction. The antenna pops up like that, and that's cool how it folds down. If you open this little compartment right here, you just pull that out. There's a charger for the drone right there, and it extends out, but I'm not going to do that because it's really hard to put it back in. This is your power switch right there that turns it on. Anybody who has flown an actual, drone from like a Syma or whatever, or Phantom, can look at this controller and immediately spot what's wrong with this. And if you don't know anything about drones, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it right now. As you can see right here, this left stick only moves up and down. This is your throttle control, but you can't move it left and right because, I mean, the plastic here is in the way. On a normal drone, moving it left and right, that's called your yaw. And now what that does is when you hit left and right on your left stick, that rotates the drone in the air. So if, like, here's the back. So if I was to move it to the left, it would turn to the left. It would stay in position and just turn left 90 degrees or whatever. So that is called your yaw. So you can't move this left stick, so there's no yaw. So you can't turn it around. It's basically going either forward, backwards, left, or right. And if it spins in the air, that's because of the wind. So you're kind of left up to Mother Nature to move this thing around, which kind of sucks. Your right stick is kind of the same way. As you can see, you can't move it anywhere you want. You can only move it up, down, left, and right. You can't move it like up and to the left because the plastic's in the way. So while you're flying this thing, you can't move it forward and to the left. It's either going to go left or it's going to go forward. So the controller really limits your movement of what you can do with this thing, which I find is very not user friendly. You do have trim controls right here. You can slide that up and down and this left and right to fix your controls, your trim for the pitch. But honestly, I found that didn't really do anything on mine. It drifts a lot, and I've tried everything to try to fix that, and no matter what I do, it just seems like they move but they don't really do anything. So that's a little disappointing. I will be doing a flight test of this and showing you how it flies against a real drone. And the real drone that I will be using will be the Syma X8G. This is my Syma X8G. This is what I'm going to be comparing to the Dragonfire that came with the Black Ops 2 Care Package Edition. This is what I consider a real drone. This is it. It's quite large. If you have one of these, you have to register with the FAA and have its serial number and all that. So this is above the weight limit for people who fly drones and know all about that. The Dragonfire, you do not have to register it to fly it around. It is completely under the weight limit. It's very lightweight. But this is the Syma X8G. As you can see, it has landing gear, has a GoPro style camera. It is not a GoPro, but it's styled after a GoPro. Very large battery. But this is what I'll be comparing to the Dragonfire. Here's the remote. As you can see, the remote for this, you have an LCD screen down here. You have full yaw and throttle control, as well as full control over the pitch. That's already better than the Dragonfire's remote. There's also a bunch of additional features with this. Obviously, you have the camera, and you can use the switch to use the camera. And these are your trim controls right here, and they do actually work. In fact, the LCD screen down here shows all that data. But this is what we will be comparing to. We'll have the Dragonfire versus the Syma. Let's go fly. Alright everybody, now we're outside of the Dragonfire. To arm this thing, take the switch, turn it on, take your remote, switch it on, lift up the antenna, wait till the light turns solid on the drone, just turn solid. Now let's fly. It's very weak, it really don't want to get off the ground most of the time. As you see, the wind is kind of rotating it in the air. Let's try to go forward. Yeah, it's going way back there now. With this very limited movement in the controller, it's hard to really make it do anything you want it to. Plus, it's so lightweight, the wind will just blow it every which way. It's really cool as a model. Really cool. I mean, it looks badass on the shelf. But if you're getting it for, you know, to have a drone or a toy, it really doesn't cut it. Another thing I want to show you here is that there's kind of some lag in there. I'm going to activate the throttle, and then I'm going to kill it and watch how long it takes for the blade to stop running. Now they're on. So that took a few seconds to cut off. That's not really good. If you're trying to kill it to make it fall so it doesn't get into a tree, that's bad news. This thing's going to keep going for a few seconds. And the wind's blowing a little bit here. See if we can find a good spot to take off. Oop, nope. See, I just killed it and it's still running. The wind has really picked up, which is not good for this thing because it's going about. I'm going to take it off from my hand. That didn't work. Also, the battery life is bad on this. Yeah, it won't even get off the ground now. Ever since I bought this thing, I've had problems with it not wanting to fly, and they're really not too impressive. It's cool as a model, like I said. It's a very cool model that has the novelty of flying, but as a flying device itself, it falls short. I mean, it falls short a lot. In fact, it falls long, not short. But it was a good attempt anyway. I mean, it's very neat. It's a cool conversation starter anyway. You'd be like, hey, this thing flies. It's the MQ-27. Now, the little machine gun's not on there. That's actually on the display stand. You've probably seen that earlier. So you can't even fly it with the little machine gun and pretend to, you know, shoot people or anything. It doesn't do that. Even if you take the quarter onto this thing, it would flop. I mean, it can't take any sort of weight. You can't put even a very small camera on here if you wanted to do that. You're better off just buying a real drone. But it's a very neat model, and that's primarily what it is. It's a model that has the novelty of flying. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you how a real drone flies, even in this slightly windy condition here. Alright everybody, now we have the Syma X8 outside and ready to fly. I'm going to show you how this thing flies compared to the Dragonfire. So let's put it in high speed and let's take it off. One of the things the Dragonfire didn't have that I was complaining about was the yaw. So now watch as I move my left stick here. You can see the drone rotating in the air. The wind's carrying it a little bit. As you can see, I have full pitch control as well. I can move this stick in any direction. I can move it forward and to the left, or I can move it backwards and to the right. You have much more control over the drone than you do the Dragonfire. Let's bring it down closer so you can see it a little better. It's a little windy out here. I was hoping to get a day with a little less wind. But there's the yaw. You can see it rotating in the air. Bring it back down. I can, like I said, move it in any direction. There that is, forward and to the left. I can bring it back and to the right, or wherever I want to go. That's just basic stuff right there. That should be on any quadcopter, quad rotor, whatever you want to call it, drone. That's basic. And the Dragonfire just doesn't have basic features like that. Another thing the X8 has over the Dragonfire is flips. So I'm going to take it up here and I'll make a flip for you. How about that? That's pretty neat. The wind is picking up there. Let's try to lower the altitude. There we go. This thing fights the wind much better than the Dragonfire. This is solid plastic construction, much larger motors. And these large motors will carry the camera, which I can also activate that from the controller. And now we're filming. So let's take it on up there. Trying to fight the wind a little bit here. Not going to take it too high today. Another thing the Dragonfire doesn't have is I can kill the throttle to this thing and it'll free fall. I'll get down a little bit lower and show that to you. And kill the throttle. And I can hit it again and it's flying. And here it comes. Bring it back in. And there we have it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how a real drone flies on a mildly windy day versus how the Dragonfire flies on a mildly windy day, but pretty much every single day, no matter what. So thank you guys for watching this video, and if you liked it, please like the video and feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.